All right. I wasn't going to talk about this, but since it's been confirmed, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. If you can't see it behind me, um, that is Tommy Oliver, aka the White Ranger, aka the Green Ranger, Jason David Frank, and um, it's fucked up. Um, something in me, I don't know, something in me, I just can't. Um, I had a chance to meet him once at a con, and he was a great guy. He was awesome. He was truly full hearted, and it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't at all. Um, the money he had, the life he was leading, the new roles he was doing. Um, I, I, I just can't. He was a martial artist, a real martial artist. I can't believe. You know what? I'm not gonna talk about how his life ended. I'm gonna talk about how his life lived. When I first got wind of him, it was on that series, the Power Rangers, Green with Evil and Green with Envy. The first time I saw him, those kicks right there, we were doing martial arts, and me and my brother and everybody else, we saw that kick, and we just had to do it. So what we ended up doing is we ended up naming the kick, the Tommy kick, after him. That kick right there. We called that the Tommy kick. And to us, he was awesome. To the world, he was awesome at that point. I mean, he was the only one Ranger that could defeat all the other Rangers. We was laughing about the fact that how he jumped into the Zord and uppercutted, whatchamacallit, over to computer terminal, and how he destroyed their Zord. Like he's one Ranger, but he was the multitude of them. Tommy was awesome. Um, the arc changed from him being bad to good, which was even better. And then in Power Rangers, Power the movie, he became the White Ranger. Um, since then, he was an MMA fighter professionally from 2008 to 2010. He's gone to different cons. He's talked to people on social media on a personal level. Uh, One of the biggest things that I think stood out when he was talking about what a hero is and how he would never ever be that person to his fans because of heroes letting people down. In his personal life, he had two marriages. He had four. He survived by four kids. It's a lot. We're sitting here a few days from Thanksgiving, a family holiday, and Christmas literally within a month. And I know full well what it feels like to have a friend take their life, and the tremendous damage and fallout that it leaves behind with the people who have to deal with that aftermath. They have to make sense of it because that person is gone. That's the reason why suicide is so wrong, is because it's like you're in default of your own destiny and you're taking a life that wasn't created by you. You're in default of it. Um, there's so many different religions that speak of it being wrong. Ultimately, in the end, what ends up being is somebody's life is lost. If you are suicidal, if you have thoughts, if you have pains, if you have this world is not designed for you to succeed in it. This world is not designed for your happiness. This world is not designed for your success and triumph. It's designed for your failures. This is designed to ruin you. So when you triumph in spite of your adversities, that's the reason why it's such a great mountain peak of a development in your life. And you'll never be, if you're not enough without it, you'll never be enough with it. So if you have thoughts, and we've all been there, myself have been there, if you have thoughts of suicide and pains and things in your life that you just can't seem to get beyond, make a call to someone, anyone. They have suicide hotline numbers, suicide prevention numbers. If you can't reach out to anyone, call a friend. call a relative, call, just confide in somebody, anybody. Throw a lifeline. You know, what do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose and almost everything to gain. I've been there myself. We all have low points, extreme low points. We have situations where there's no way out. You can't see any way out. There's horrible news, grave news. There's so many pitfalls in this life. I salute you if you're still standing with everything. In the past 3 years of just COVID and the 2020s, it has been a monumental loss of life, livelihood, finances, stature. We have been devastated, and nobody chooses to talk about it. Like, we can never go forward unless we create our own existence from what we are literally emerging from. We have to hold each other up. We have to uplift each other. We have to be there, because those lights that keep going out every day, it's another light that's going out and people are checking out. And I'm telling you, this, pardon the expression, this shit is hard to deal with, especially somebody like Jason David Frank. I don't know. I guess part of me is still waiting to hear, that this was like a death hoax or something like that. But like I said, we all suffer. You never know what somebody else is going through. And I don't know, it's just fucked up. It really is. And I fell. This is rough. As a martial artist, I respected what he did. I respected who he was. I expected the discipline. I respected his stepping into the ring to actually be what he was. Very few people in movies and in television who do martial arts are real martial artists, but the real ones, they deserve to be honored. And it's rough knowing the type of martial artist and person that he was. None of us are perfect. None of us will ever be perfect. But on the same token, there are good people and there are absolute pieces of shit in this world. He was not one of those absolute pieces of shit. I don't care what comes out. I don't care what stories people have. I don't care what people say about the person. I'm sorry. You can't be an apple tree and bear lemons. He was an apple tree and he bared apples. And I did get the distinct pleasure of having a conversation with him once and meeting him once. And this is just really a fucked up moment. And I'm sorry for the language, and I'm sorry that some of you will hear this that way, but this is the Game Ninja from the Game Dojo, and I'm just saying, the morphers are lifted to the sky today. The black belts. To the life and triumphs of Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, the Red Ranger, Lord Draken. He's done so many things, both on the screen and off. Today we celebrate you, my brother. To his family, my heart goes out to all of you. I've been there, unfortunately. So, one last time, brother. Puss. Jason David Frank, y'all.